Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And today I want to continue my Shadowdark campaign or series, Adventures in the Keldor sector, and we rejoin Nash Duncan, smuggler and pilot for hire, and Rhya, mysterious Eldridian shadow huntress, on their quest to retrieve a possibly stolen data core from an Eldridian ship that Rhya was tasked with the quest to retrieve it by the Council of Elders on her planet. And so we ended the last session after a nightly visit to a casino. And we went to bed on board Nash Duncan's starship. And so we are going to start the next day after a rest. And I am using the solo gaming rules from Scarlet Heroes for Urban Adventures to give this adventure some sort of structure and time limit. And those rules state that when you take a rest, so when you do a rest scene, the enemy automatically gains a victory point. So I already did the bookkeeping, so we are at 2 victory points right now. The enemy is at 1 victory point. We have gathered 2 clues, which is a metagaming currency in this system, to initiate action scenes, which can give you 2 victory points instead of just 1 if you're successful. And we are in Kelkarius Prime, the capital city in the Kelkarius system, which is down here on my Keldor sector map. And before we went to bed, I talked to my contact that I have on this planet to find out some more information about a guy called Captain Gant. And this Captain Gant, he's supposed to be the leader of the crew that raided the Eldridian science vessel, and they all belong to a larger organization called the Shadow Rats. So this is basically what has happened. So we are going to start the next day after we have taken our rest. So I'll say it's about, we went to bed pretty late at about 3:30 in the morning. So I say, all right, so it is 10 o'clock when we are all rested and ready to go. And on this day at 1800 hours, 6 p.m., I'm scheduled to meet with my contact. Like I said, this contact, he is supposed to give me some more information about this Captain Gant. And also we heard from our interrogation that we did a couple of sessions ago that this Captain Gant, that he has some vault or storehouse somewhere in the sewer system of the city. So maybe we can find out some more about that. So this is where we start. And I will skip ahead to 6 p.m. But before that, I'll do some shopping because we had to use some of our items. So I need some more energy cells. So I'm going to buy 4 energy cells for 100 credits. And let's see, where's my character log here, where I can update my credits. So I'm going to buy for 100 credits. So I'm at 6,850. I'm going to buy 4 more energy cells, which take up 2 slots. All right, so I still have 1 left, 1 in my blaster, 1 left, and now I got 4 more. So I put down this in 1 slot, energy cell times 2, and in another slot also energy cell times 2. So I got enough energy cells should I run out. And I also want to get another med pack for 500. So I'm at 6,350. So I've got another med pack. So, and I have filled up 10 of my 11 inventory slots now. So I can't carry much more. And Rhya, she's going to get, she's already got some energy cells. She still has 2. So she's going to get another med pack. I only gave her like 1,000 credits, so she's got 500, and she also has a med pack because we used them. Okay, so yeah, so we did some shopping, and then it is 6 p.m. as we enter again a cantina. Let's see, is it the same that we already met this guy? It was called, I think, the Watering Hole, or where I met Rhya or talked to Rhya. Yeah, Watering Hole. So just to keep it simple, and we already know the place, we set up a meeting in the Watering Hole Cantina. And this is where we are at, and where we are going to meet our contact. Let me check the camera real quick if you can see this all right. Maybe put this up here. I think can't see it because the arm that holds the phone in place is directly above the display, but I think it should be all right. Yeah, so yeah, we arrived there a little bit early as usual, maybe like half an hour early, 5:30, to scout out the place, to get a feel for the place. It's already filling up with patrons that are getting ready for the night, that are preparing for the night, with some light drinking. Oh yeah, and we are rested, so we are at full hit points, and I have recovered my luck tokens, and Rhya, she is able to use the force again because she rolled, I think, a critical miss, so she couldn't use any more force powers. And I have my luck tokens reset as well for my Scoundrel's luck ability. Yeah, so we get there a little bit early and we scout out the place, and we want to see if anything looks suspicious. If there might be some people watching the entrance, or if we maybe catch a glimpse of some patrons that look uneasy or as if they're on edge. So let's just make a perception, which is wisdom check here. But it's not that easy because it's crowded, and I'll give it a DC 15. And Nash Duncan is going to make the check, and also Rhya, because we're both looking around in the different directions. So DC 15, that is a 14 plus 3 for Nash Duncan. That is a success. And now for Rhya, she rolls a 4, so she doesn't see anything. But I would, so let's just check if there's actually something suspicious going on. I'll give it a 33% chance, so 1/3, but I'm rolling percentile dice because if I roll double, I will also generate some sort of random event. So it's a 33% chance that there's something at odds here. 97, no. It's so it is actually basically an exceptional no, because the top 5 and bottom 5% are exceptional results using my improvised oracle. So actually everything seems fine, and nobody is there that might be bothering us. So at around 6 p.m. my contact, which is a Kubats, arrives. and yeah, we no, we don't signal him. We just sit in a booth and wait for him to come to us. So he passes this table, and we're sitting in the booth in the back, and he sits down. I already paid him 500 credits last night for this information. So he sits down and he goes, well, wasn't easy. Had to pull some favor or call in some favors, but I got what you're looking for. So for the 500 credits you gave me, I can provide you with this little beautiful holo of this Captain Gant. So let me pull up this picture of him because I already prepared. So I prepared a little picture of him, and this is him, and he shows me a holo vid, and yeah, and so he actually does look like a pirate. He's got an eye patch that we already determined, and so we now have, so he passes us a data card with this holographic image of this Captain Gant. So we now have a good idea of how he looks like. And then he continues, well, but also I have some other information that might be of interest to you. However, this information gonna cost you. For an additional 500 credits, I happen to know where this hidden vault that he's supposed to have is located in the sewer system. At least I have a pretty clear or good idea, because I got some coordinates. Are you interested? So I'm looking at Rhya. Well, I bet you are. So, are you going to pay the guy? She just looks at me. Of course. And without hesitation, she grabs, she's wearing her armor now again, so I gotta change this picture. So he grabs in some hidden pocket in her cloak or belt or whatever, so underneath her cloak, and gets out a cred chip, passes it over, and he goes, well, thank you, and passes us a data card, another data card. There you can find some coordinates that lead to an old abandoned power room in the sewer system. I've heard from several sources that this is the place the crew of this captain uses to stash some valuable cargo that they can't move immediately. So whatever you're looking for might be there. At least it wouldn't hurt to look and check. Heh. No, it certainly wouldn't. Well, thank you. That was pretty helpful, I guess. Well, if there's nothing else, I got business to attend to. So, if you got anything else, you know how to reach me. And then he gets up and leaves. Right, so this whole exchange, it was basically like real time. So let's say it is 18:15 now, as we are alone in the cantina in the watering hole. So I look up to Rhya. So what do you say our next move is? I guess you're eager to check out this sewer vault, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you are right. Of course, we should check out this sewer vault. And better now than later. You got anything you need with you? Or is there anything you still need to get from your ship? Let me check. I got my blaster. I got energy cells. I got a medpack. Well, maybe we should get some sort of flashlight, glow rod, high power flashlight. I mean, it's dark down there. Well, she goes, darkness doesn't bother me much. Well, maybe it doesn't bother you much, but it bothers me. So I prefer to have some sort of illumination, if you don't mind. Do what you must. Then let's meet at this sewer entrance that is indicated here on this map. Yeah, all right, I'll meet you there in a second. All right, so I just head into another store to get another item, a high-powered flashlight. I got this in my equipment section here. Let's see, I think it was like, what, 500 or so? Gear, all right, 250. High power flashlight, illuminates an area up to near, power for 1 hour with 1 energy cell. That's not a lot, but it's a high powered flashlight. All right, so 250. So that is easy to get, so that is no problem. 250. So I have 6,100 credits left. And I have a high power flashlight, which fills up my last inventory slot. All right, so I'm ready. I got this all stored in my utility belt and in pockets and stuff. So we meet at the sewer entrance, which is basically sealed off with a door, but it's just a normal flimsy lock that we can easily pick. Rhya, she's got a security kit with her, so I'm not going to roll for that. So this lock is easily picked. I mean, there's nothing really of worth down there, and people don't expect other people to enter these sewers. So this is where we enter. So these are these sewers. So as you can see, there are always like still sections where light comes in, and in irregular intervals there are these doors that lead to side passages or other areas. And then of course it also, as you go further into the sewers, it darkens. So yeah, so this is how this looks like. And how I'm going to handle this, because I mean we have sort of like a map, and it's a very high-techy world. So I say that before we reach this location marked on the map, there are like 4 encounter points. So I am basically going to make 4 encounter checks. It is a 50-50 chance. And once I have resolved these 4 encounter points, so either there will be an encounter or not, we will reach this vault, and then it'll continue. So this is how I'm going to handle this. And I'm just using the D6 decider. It's a straight 50-50. So we are heading deeper into the sewers. It's getting darker as we approach the first encounter point. Of course, we don't know that it's an encounter point. And on 1, 2, 3, we will face an encounter. It is a 5. So for once we are lucky. So we head deeper into the sewers. So it's getting darker and darker. So I've got some other picture here, I think. Yep. It's not getting that much darker, but still. So the scenery changes a little. Every once in a while there's a dim light on the wall, so I probably don't really need my high-powered flashlight. So I'm turning it off to conserve energy as long as there's enough illumination provided as we approach the second encounter point. Let's get this a little bit down here. Second of 4 encounter points. Oh, it's a 1. So this time, of course, we face an encounter. And I've prepared some nasty little buggers here off camera that I might, because of course I knew that we might be heading into the sewers. So let's roll what appears. And it is a 2. All right, so we are heading deeper into the sewers now, and it is getting darker, and the air takes on some rotten stench, and it smells a little like decay. And ahead, a larger sidearm opens up and leads into the passageway where we are at the moment, as we hear like a scratching noise, as if someone crawls along basically on the stone floor or metal floor. And shortly after that, a large form emerges, and we see a giant, probably mutated by I don't know, radiation or chemicals that are dumped down here, a mutated giant scorpion that has made his home here. And he enters our main passage, and it looks like this. All right, so, and this will be the pawn. Let me check. Can you see? Yes. So this will be the creature we are facing now. You can see it also here to get an idea of how this looks like. So I'll just set up a little quick scene. So this is a very huge creature. So we are approaching from here. It is a 4 square, and then we have the side arm opening up, and let's say up ahead it'll bend to the left, and there's like in the middle here, do it like this. This is where the sewage basically, where the sewage flows. So I make it like this. So this is not only very disgusting, but also difficult and slippy terrain. So we are maneuvering like this. So we are, of course, avoiding the sewage. Let me once again check my camera. But I think you should be able to see it all right. And from this sidearm here, of course, this creature, it doesn't care about the sewage. This creature moves into our hallway, and moves towards us. So let's check if it's actually aggressive and has spotted us. Or well, it has spotted us, but is it aggressive? But because I want to also have some action, only on a roll of 6 it'll be not aggressive. A roll of 6. All right, so everything can happen when you play solo. So it has spotted us, but we are almost, so I get my blaster out, and Rhya, she gets her blade out, or her hilt doesn't ignite her blade yet, because for some reason this scorpion, well, it does not look very aggressive, at least. Well, it stays here. It basically looks around, you could say. So it moves around a little, and its sting is moving, and then it, I'm thinking, does it approach us? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, it approaches us. 4, 5, 6, it goes back into its passage. So it moves towards us. So it does move towards us, but slowly, in an unthreatening way. So now Rhya, she's going to use sense to try to sense its intention, to see if it's hostile. So sense, that is a wisdom, and it's a DC 12, because this is like the lowest DC. It's a DC 12. She gets +1 to use the force checks. Let's see if she can sense anything from this creature. Oh, look, it's a natural 1, which means it's a critical failure. So once again, so her force training isn't that great. So once again, she cannot use any more force powers until she completes a rest, and she suffers 1d4 points of damage because of a backlash, like some sort of mental psychic backlash. So it is 2, which transfers to 1 point of damage by my conversion rules from Blackstream Solo Hero. So this is more like a symbolic thing, but still it's a backlash. So she's at 5, and she can't use force powers until she rests again because of her critical failure. Damn. She goes, I can't sense anything. I don't know, we better be prepared and stay calm. Well, you better get over here, because if this guy, it will just walk over you. All right, so she jumps over here because she doesn't want to get into the sewage, and this creature passes us. And just for the tension, I'll roll again. So I already determined that it is basically not aggressive. So now if I roll a 1, it'll change its mind because of the proximity. Might be because of the movement, because of the proximity. It might be like an instinct thing. So when it sees us moving or senses us, that it might still decide to attack. But because I've already determined that it is rather friendly or not aggressive, only on a 1 that'll happen. Only on a 1. It's a 4. I was really prepared to see a 1 here, because by now you should know my luck when I play solo. So this creature just passes us and continues on this hallway. And we're like, phew, that was close. Have you ever seen anything like that? No. Damn, so now we know what to expect down here. We should be careful. I'm always careful, she goes. Yeah, I know, you know what I mean. I mean, I wasn't really prepared to encounter anything like that down here. Yeah, me neither. You're right. So let's carefully continue. So we continue and approach encounter point number 3, where I will once again roll to see so 1, 2, 3 will be an encounter. It's a 1 again. So of course another encounter. So this is encounter point number 3. I'm rolling a d3 now because the scorpion is off the hook now. So 1d3 to see what we now encounter. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a 2. That is some giant centipede-like creature, like that. Okay. So let's just change the scenery a little. So we reach another sidearm where there's also another flow of sewage moving into the main arm, and this is just continue. So we are indeed coming from here to basically get a better view, and then we see crawling sort of upwards along the wall this giant centipede creature. Did I show it to you? Yeah, I guess. So can you see it? Yes. So and these are all, of course, Pathfinder pawns. And I have prepared also a little picture. So this is what it looks like. So this is the sidearm here. You can see the sewage flowing and those little walkways on the side, and it just came down from the wall into the sewage water and again approaches us. All right, so let's check if this guy, but because of course we need to go this way, this is what our map says, if this guy is hostile. And I'll roll and I say, because actually I do want some action, I'm going by the same rule. Only if I roll a 6 it'll be friendly, otherwise it is hostile because it is instinct driven, it is hungry, and we are food and in its territory. And it's a 3. So this time it is hostile, and we can see this because it all, like when it sees us, it stands upright just like this pawn. I gotta keep it like this so that you can see it better on camera, and assumes a threatening pose, which leaves no doubt that this creature is going to attack us. So let's get some little stats out here. It's a giant centipede. And what I will do is I will determine its level randomly by using 1d4 and add +1. Let's make it +1. It's a level 2. All right, so it's a level 2, so I'll give it full hit points for the first level and 4, so it's got 12 HP. And AC, I'll give it 14 because of its chitin armor. And it'll attack with, it's a level 2, I said, so it'll attack +3. It gets a +1 attack bonus. It deals 1d6 damage, but also plus 1d6 poison if you fail a DC 12 con save. 1d6 poison, DC 12 con. And do I need anything else? No, I got attack, I got damage, AC. Alright, so this is the creature. And we are going to roll initiative to see who gets the first turn, and then it'll go clockwise. So the creature is blue, I am green, and Rhya is black. The creature is red, not blue, red. So red, I'm green, Rhya black. Alright, so we are tied, so we get the first turn. It'll be, so let's roll off, just for the heck of it. Alright, so I do get the first turn, so it is me, but then I will alternate clockwise, so it is Nash, then the enemy, and then Rhya. And that will be the order of battle. So as this creature raises and becomes upright, I immediately get my DL-44 heavy blaster out and shoot. But you know what a good shot I am. So I attack +0 still. So if I miss for cinematic purposes, I always hit. But because this massive creature with its chitin plates just doesn't care. It's just not an effective hit. And I miss, of course. So the blaster bolt hits the creature, but other than making it angry, I can see no effect. So the creature, it just approaches and just goes like this, but it'll attack me because I shot at it. Alright, so the creature, it attacks. +3, but I'm pretty agile and nimble. I got an AC of 15. But of course, it rolls a 14 +3, that is 17. And it also hits for maximum damage, 6, converted by my solo hero rules, but that is still 2 points of damage. So I go from 8 to 6. But now the interesting part is the con save. So I have, luckily I got +2 con. So a DC 12. Of course I fail, so I suffer another D6 points of damage, poison damage. And again a 6, damn it, 2 points of damage. So I'm at 4 points of damage. Yeah, I took 4 points, so I'm basically at half damage. And I'm like, so I try to get away, but it you know, that it doesn't really, it bites me, but it also spits like some sort of acid. And I'm like, it hurts. And Rhya ignites her force blade. Hopefully this is more effective. Well, in cinematic purposes, of course, she's better. She attacks +3, but that'll mean, because it's an unstoppable energy blade, she's able to cut through this armored body. Hopefully. 18, yeah, that's a hit. And 5 points of damage. So she cuts off a couple of legs. The thing screams. So 5 points of damage. So it is at 7 hit points. Okay, so now it's my turn again. The new round. Nash trying to shoot. So I try to get some distance. There are no attacks of opportunity in Shadowdark, which is great. So I move backwards a little to give Rhya room to do her thing, and hopefully that this creature attacks her and pew, shoot again. Oh, damn it. So this is really not fun. I really need to up my attack value. Definitely. I mean, +0, this just sucks. Alright, so that was my turn. Now the enemy. But my tactic, it works. So I just hit it again, which didn't really hurt it. So I'm probably not a threat. But Rhya, she is a threat. So then the creature attacks Rhya. Rhya's got an AC of 16 because of her ignited Force Blade. I rolled this as her talent. But she only has 5 hit points left because she starts only with 6. So let's see what's going on. But, of course, she is lucky. The creature rolls a 5. Would have been maximum damage as well, but it misses. And now it's Rhya's turn again. And she again uses her Force Blade. It's an 8, which is a miss because she takes +3, so that doesn't hit. So again, also, yeah, but now I get to go again. Please, now, please, one hit, please. Come on, so give me a hit, give me a hit. AC 14, +0, come on. Oh. It's a 2 and 2 points of damage. Well, I get +1 damage, but it's a 2. So again, one blaster bolt after the other hits this creature, but to no effect. So that was Nash. The enemy attacks Rhya. The creature. And it's an 8. That is a miss. That is 11. That doesn't. And 1 would also be 0 damage. So they are locked in some sort of strange melee. So Rhya, she's also very agile and acrobatic. She moves around and ducks and weaves and slices. But yeah. And now it's Rhya's turn. And of course it's an 18. She hits for 2 points of damage. So she manages again to slice at the creature. Cuts off some more legs. But now, please, it's Nash again. Start of the new round. Come on, give it to me. Yes! 19 for 4 points of damage. I hit. And it's still got 5 points, so 1 hit point left. Finally, I hit it underneath its mandibles. There's a soft spot. It shrieks, but then again, with his last resolve, attacks Rhya and misses. And now Rhya. Her turn to retaliate. And she hits. 12 plus 3, yes, that is 15, AC 14, 1 point of damage, but that's all we need, because I only convert enemy damage. Outgoing damage is just as it is rolled. And so, yeah, hit points 0. So, basically, I shoot it, it screeches, and she uses this distraction as it tries to bite. She jumps up in the air, and while she's doing like a somersault over the creature, and in midair slices it basically in half, shortly underneath there what it's supposed to be the head. And then she lands on her feet, and this dead creature slumps into the sewage water. Pretty cinematic. Phew. Are you all right? I go. Yeah, it didn't get me. But what about you? I don't know. It had some sort of poison or fluid. That really hurts. Let me see. She goes and she walks up to me. Take your coat off. And I was about to make a wise ass remark, but I immediately realized that this is not the right place or situation for that. So I just holster my blaster, take my coat off. She looks at my shoulder. Damn. It indeed pierced your coat and your skin. So whatever it was, it injected something in you. Once we're out of here, we should get that checked. I don't know, maybe I should use a med kit just as a precaution. It's got some disinfectant and antidotes in it as well, in those healing chemicals. I don't think that is a bad idea. It can't hurt. So yeah, if you got, yeah, I bought another med pack. Yeah, then that would be a good time to use it now. Alright, so as an action, it restores 1d6 HP. It's a one-use item. Just like a healing potion for 500 credits. Pretty expensive. But it's worth it. So yeah, I'm using my med pack because it also doesn't help dying with your pockets full. There's this, I don't know, there's a meme, like an animated or a cartoon, where like two skeletons, they stand atop a dead adventurer. Maybe I find it and can link it in the description. They stand atop a dead adventurer, and the one skeleton goes, well, this guy was loaded, look, and he's got like healing potions, and the other skeleton just goes, yeah, pretty embarrassing. So I don't want that to be me. So I'm using my med pack. So one of my med packs. So I inject it close to the wound. And 2 hit points. All right. Better than nothing. So now I'm at 6. All right. So, but the painkiller does its thing, so I'm able to move more fluidly now and concentrate better because the pain is gone. And we continue along this side passage because this is where we had to go. And we approach the last encounter point, which is again 1d6. 1, 2, 3, it's an encounter. It's a 4, so that is no encounter. So we finally manage to arrive at this marked location, and indeed, so when you remember the first picture, let me put it up again. There were these like basically just like these submarine doors, these steel round doors. Let me pull up the picture again of this door. Here. So these round metal doors here like this. And we check the camera. I think you should be able to see it. Let me get it like this. So we arrive, so this is a dead end. So this is, there's a wall here. This is pretty dimly lit. But once again, there are these little lamps or lights, and there's this, this massive steel door, which is, of course, locked. So, but Rhya, she's got a security kit. So she gets it out, and it's a DC 15 to get the lock open with her security kit. Well, I'll give her advantage because of her background, because she's a Shadow Huntress. She is trained to infiltrate, and because of her security kit. DC 15. No, that's not enough. So she tries, doesn't get it open with the security kit. So she goes, so much for the finesse approach. Now it'll be brute force. She ignites her force blade, and just like in episode 1 when Qui-Gon thrust his lightsaber into this massive blast door, she also thrusts her force blade up to the hilt into this door, which does not really offer much in terms of resistance, and cuts open the door. Oh yeah, and while I'm looking at my book here, of course, for bookkeeping purposes, what we're doing right now is an action scene. So we spent one of our clues, and this is an action scene, and it'll be the action scene. Despoil or ruin a sanctum or safe house belonging to the foe, or it could also be, doesn't really matter, also be plunder resources necessary to the foe's plan. So this, choose one, either one, it doesn't really matter. I'm just using this as a loose framework. So it's an action scene. We needed a clue to do it. And so if we are successful with the scene, we will get 2 victory points. Okay, so this is an action scene. And I underline it because of the bookkeeping. Despoil or ruin a sanctum, I use it. All right, and we spent the clue. So yeah, but she cuts open the door, and then we enter, and just to add some more tension, on 1, 2, 3 on a D6 decider, there's some sort of inside defense system mechanism, some combat droids or something like that. 1, 2, 3, it's an encounter. It's a 5. No, we're lucky. So we cut open the door, and we enter this storehouse or storage facility that is behind this door. So I put this back here. I wanted to show something here, but that's all right. Okay, so now let's see what is inside. So because of the structure, it actually couldn't or shouldn't be the data core, but I'll give it a slim chance of 10%. So 19, 20 on a D20, there's this data core in there. On a 19 or 20, it's a 12. So we find a lot of stuff, but sadly not the data core. Yeah, we find some other stuff, mostly some sort of jewelry or artwork or other things, but because I want to get something out of it, also a couple of credits. I also need some credits, so it'll be 2d6 times 500 credits. All right, so that is 8, so that is 4,000 credits, I think, right? Yeah, 4,000 credits. That's great. So 4,000 credits, that is good. We will distribute this. 4,000 credits, but no data core. All right, so yeah, I will end the session here in the midst of this scene where we are in the storeroom, in the storehouse, in the vault. We cut open the door and there's no data core. We find lots of other loot and stuff, but not what we are looking for, but we find valuables worth 4,000 credits. And yeah, and that'll be it for this session. And I'll do the bookkeeping off camera. So now I get 2 victory points, but I also have to roll because it was an action scene. If the enemy gets a victory point as well, then we will have to get back. And we have another clue left. So let's see what we will do with that. So yeah, I will end this session here. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and subscribe the video. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. So that is it. And share. And yeah, now that I have finished my solo RPG challenge for June, I'm going to start another fantasy series, and I wanted to use some different system now for fantasy. I want to do tiny d6, tiny dungeons, because I also like the tiny d6 systems. I got a couple of them. I got tiny spies, tiny pirates, saints and sinners, tiny frontiers, and also tiny dungeons. And my next fantasy series will be a playthrough of the published adventure Keep on the Shadowfell from, once again, 4th edition D&D, using tiny dungeons as a rule set. And we will see how this goes. So stay tuned for that. This will be the alternating content to this Star Wars series that I also will, of course, continue. Yeah, so that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful remaining weekend. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.